Hello,
Hi,
everyone. This is Blue Box Jelly Gamers.
I'm Sean,
And I'm Soul.
and today we will be starting Doki Doki Literature Club. And, don't know anything about it. We've just heard that it's, a load of fun and something to get into, so we'll go for it. Enter our name. What do we want to make our name? A real name or a fake name?
Let's go with one of those jellyfish that we have.
Ooh, the jellyfish named after Frank Zappa?
Yes.
Zappa.
Let's just call it Zappai then.
Zappai.
It's like senpai, but...
Zappai! Zappai! Yes. Okay. Okay, enter. Yes. How do I... Oh, there's the cursor. I was like, what's going on here?
Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up.
You know what? That's relatable.
It sounds like depression. But if she's going to be chasing after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Zappai.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Zappai, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I already told you already. I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I?
I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about.
Man, what a great friend.
Yeah, honestly. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting on by on the average while... What?
Getting by on the average...
While spending my free time on games and anime. I'm sorry,
That wording.
got me fucked up. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me that you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head.
Oh, we're in the classroom.
The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
clubs.
Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no other choice but to start with the anime club. Hello!
Sayori?
Sayori must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you were going to need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there is no way I'm going to your club.
Mimi? Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less.
Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please!
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned this all out.
At the moment, I'm gonna say an airhead.
I think so. Yeah. I let out a long sigh.
Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake.
To the literature club!
I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings the classroom door open. Everyone, the new member is here!
I told you, don't call me a new member.
Eh? I glance around the room.
Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Zappai! What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club!
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
Oh, well?
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki. She's always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki.
Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
It sounds like you already know Monaco. Is that right?
That's right! It's great to see you again, Senpai!
Monaco smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monaco was probably the most popular girl in this class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little...
You too, Monica.
Come, sit down, Zappai. We made room for you at this table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I was a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it has been widened so that there's one more space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori.
Mood.
Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Sorry. That's not what I wasn't expecting that noise to come out of my mouth. Sorry. Goodness gracious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that noise to come out of her mouth.
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Oh wait, is that the... Damn it, wrong voice.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face.
Of course.
I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite.
Wink, wink.
Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her stealing glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite?
I think so.
I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself.
This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Oh, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything?
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not... You know, you dummy!
Alright, alright.
I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She curiously places a teacup in front of each one of us before settling down the teapot next to the cupcake tray.
You keep a whole tea set in his classroom?
Wait, was that me?
Mm.
Oh.
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated! Yuri's just trying to impress you! That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
So wait.
I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad!
Yuri. Oh wait, that's you.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me.
Hold up. Did I make the purple girl the high pitch or this girl the high pitch?
You made both of them the high pitch. It was like medium for purple, and then you made Monica super.
Oh,
high.
Monica's super squealy.
Yeah.
So what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori.
Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay! Don't be embarrassed! I'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the fan club fun and exciting for everyone! Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and the publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement.
Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature.
I wonder why.
You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah!
We'll do our best.
You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member just joining. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Zapai, what kind of things do you like to read? Well,
He reads hentai. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that.
Manga?
I mutter quietly to myself, half joking.
Oh wait, is our character a guy?
Yeah.
Oh. I've been trying to do like a kind of what's her name? Freaking.
Mommy.
No, not Marge Simpson, but you know the Vera from Monster Prom, the snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll just stick with it.
Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change.
What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile.
Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obviously by the way that her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once.
I desperately grasp as something I can relate to at the minimum level.
Me when somebody asks me if I've ever seen a horror movie.
Me whenever someone tries to talk to me about cars.
I'm
like, I know what an engine is.
I've driven a car once.
I've driven a few times, like 2 or 3. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri! For someone as gentle as you! I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right! You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gave you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give me that back!
Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. What sidles mean? I'm not cute!
No. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them.
Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to hear everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look at each other puzzled.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Senpai?
Monica smiles warmingly at me. Once again, warmly, not warming.
Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time.
What, their boobs?
What?
Well, it was like one of the first, I mean, not their boobs specifically, but he was like, yo, these girls are pretty.
Cute.
Yeah.
I never said I would join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and,
I lose my train of thought. They look very disappointed.
They look, yeah.
They're like,
oof. Oh, that's rough, buddy.
all four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
Goyles.
Girls.
But I'm sorry. I thought.
Senpai.
You all.
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls.
Oh, now you're thinking with your dick.
Oh, God.
Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club.
One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down.
Hey, you really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then let's make... That makes it official! Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Senpai, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah.
Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Zappai, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sarah and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after class for clubs.
Sure, might as well.
Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica.
Hold up, is this gonna be like Monster Prom where we have to pick one?
Yeah, probably.
Alright. Well, that's a later thing.
Yeah. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh.
Oh, we're actually writing it? Okay. So, then we have to think about who we're trying to please, because...
we can't please Monica, I don't think. It's only those three, right?
Yeah. So, do we want to go for our super, preppy friend? The, girl who's cute, but, like, cute in the way a cat is?
Like a yandere?
Or do we want to go for the, shy purple-headed girl?
All three of them are deres. Yandere, tsundere. Wait, no. She's a tsundere because she's a booty butt. Kudere. I think that's what it...
So which one of the three do we think would best suit our guy?
I'm not sure.
Ooh. Let's think about hair color. Actually, no, we gotta think about these characters.
Let's just start. Let's just start.
Yeah, we'll just start
and see what options there are.
Ooh. I'll just anxiety. Pain.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Sayori like that one. Memories, secretive, boop, hurt, promise, sunny, awesome, vacation, silly girl.
Secretive feels like that'd be a good way to go. What do you think?
Yeah.
Passion?
Yeah. Chocolate, flea, journey, treasure, tone, lucky, music, anger, unstable, and giggle.
I feel like everyone in this game's gonna be unstable. Journey. Explosion?
That's what I was about to say.
Explosion! Yeah. You are my density.
Density? Yeah, let's go with density. Destiny.
Goodbye!
Uncanny and vivid. Let's just go with kawaii. Yeah.
Yep, of course that'd be her.
Effulgent? Oh, I like that word. Ocean, pout, horror, daydream, clumsy, peace, sing, kitty, love.
You want to do effulgent?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've heard that word. Milk. Inferno or entropy?
Entropy.
Yeah. Ooh. Broken? Or you feeling something else?
Broken or covet?
Ooh.
You guys are gonna learn soon. We are very bad at making decisions.
Let's go covet.
Okay. Hair, hop, defeat, cheeks, cheeks. Adventure, heart, lollipop, disoriented, swimsuit, and mouse.
I think you know we gotta go for cheeks.
Yeah.
Ooh, fester and misery.
I like both of those too. Like, misery's calling out the only one.
I got you.
Nah, one of those words is not like the other.
One of these things is not like the other. I don't know the rest of the song.
I don't either.
Infallible.
Let's go with that one.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like phallus.
Fireworks.
Determination.
You're filled with determination.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Melancholy.
Yeah. Uncontrollable?
Yeah. Incongruent, of course.
Oh man, I haven't heard that since Mr. Verbus in 5th grade.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, I'm kind of feeling between vivacious, incongruent, and graveyard.
I was thinking vivacious, incongruent, and bliss.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do vivacious.
Vivacious.
All right. I don't know which one we gave the most to.
Hi again, Senpai! Glad to see you didn't run away on us! Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word.
Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else has already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Senpai. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, he deserves any slack. Sari told me that you don't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't even know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take any of us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature!
Yeah, has she even read JoJo?
Swiftly, she sits back down in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Senpai always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me out with busy work even when I'm not asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
A little. How come? You and Zappe can become great friends too.
Sayori.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know.
Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation.
Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much?
Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Siri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried into a book. I can help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad from distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, my bad. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, but her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book.
Sorry. I was just spacing out.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see.
Nice save. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well,
Oh, she doesn't even know what the book's about.
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. This book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of
dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Zappai? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri was into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about your reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Just let me get to the book.
I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag.
Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right?
I slip in the seat next to Yuri's.
Smooth.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eyes. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
So she was reading over your shoulder.
I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right?
I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book between the two of us. Or them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy.
Yeah, make her sit in your lap, why don't you?
On God, though. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right arm to hold the book open.
I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to the side. But, in holding it like this, we're held even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me.
You got a boner.
I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
That's what she said.
To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second.
I'll say.
Yeah. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me as if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finished the page before me, and I just turn on my own violation. Volition. We continue to read the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb.
Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she... Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I could see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Zappai, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that... What? Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry. I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Oh, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from her finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right.
I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah, it was a bunch of fucking random words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their own poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose-leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I let show my poem to first?
Should we do Yuri since we kind of got a thing going on with her right now?
I guess so. Why not?
Oh wait, wrong one.
Yuri.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, able to find the excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the only reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable things I can recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. And the end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes, like a teacher. Her staring is completely gone, and she sounds more like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them, building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't really be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine.
I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki.
Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if it was a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future.
I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
I don't know how to take that.
I don't either.
I honestly always hated doing poetry crap in English class.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Because the thing that always got me is I never really tried with it, because half the time I didn't understand, and then the other half the time it just felt stupid, the things the teacher would be reading into. Like, you go over and be something like, hey, the ball was red and the ball bounced. See, that's symbolic to childhood trauma and how this person must have had a really rough time growing up and suffered through a whole lot in their early years. And it's like, no, I think sometimes a ball is just a ball.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll float too.
So then,
You'll float too.
I never really understood it. I never really tried to after that point, because it's just like...
Yeah, it's just... I don't know. I never liked poetry myself. It was just...
It felt like...
There's too many moving parts for me.
Also, it feels like people really pick and choose the parts they want to interpret in different ways.
Yeah.
And, that is kind of a point of poetry, but the fact that when you state your thing as no, this is what must be right, because I said it. It's just stupid.
It is.
But anyway.
I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
Bruh.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Oh wait, was it counting the time we just sat there talking?
Oh.
Whoops.
That's a relief.
I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
I mean, I guess.
Are you into ghost Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Zappai.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
I did too.
Yeah.
I
same.
didn't know what it was about at all.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Bro, you said we took a while reading it. What the heck?
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Huh? It's nothing really. Yours is impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Probably more than a few.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Zappai.
Me too.
Let's do Natsuki.
Yeah.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions.
So basically it's not cute enough for your taste?
Do you want to get smacked?
Maybe he likes that.
I'll pass.
Oh, no, never mind.
Well, anyways, I need to show you mine. It's not like you'll like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Cute little poem about animals and stuff.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme for the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not.
I decided to humor with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
Okay. Sayori.
This is a good poem, Zappai. Are you sure this is your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm staying in front of you in the club room.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Zappai. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's what's really something that only really good people do.
No, he's in it for the girls.
He is.
Thanks, Sayori.
I'm not sure if Yuri sees the full picture of my motive here. We just said that. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you're gonna read my poem too, right?
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you throw through my blinds and the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Or are you trusting me to run away a rainy day or wish away? I am fucking this up.
It's a good thing we're not in a poetry club.
Yeah, I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. It wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad.
Oh wait, there's more.
I want breakfast.
That's perfect.
Sayori. Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget.
She'll forget.
Yeah. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it.
And finally, Monica.
Hi, Senpai! Yuri, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah! Don't worry, Zappai. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true.
I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Zappai! I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah! That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never asked, though.
Such a good friend.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ah! Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. What, has she never used a glory hole before?
So, what do you think?
You're a whore. I mean,
It's very free form, if that's what I like to call it.
What you were saying?
that was a joke. That was a bad one, by the way. What did you think? I think you have seen a few glory holes in your time.
I think there's a lot that these people are hiding.
Oh, why did I get something stuck in my eye? She said.
Oh, it's just my contact lens.
Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Phew.
I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Even though they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Yuri and Monica are happily chatting.
We English here.
My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. They generally exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns a poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Oh, so she doesn't understand it?
Maybe.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you just completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something to say nice to me? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice and all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was...
Oh, sorry, that's...
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone I actually liked it. Oh. Which people did, by the way. Shiori liked it. And Zappai did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Zappa liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Zappa appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how are you supposed to know...
Ugh.
Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically started growing a size bigger as soon as Zappai started showing up.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you! I don't like this fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there.
Zappai. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reasons? The meaning should jump out at the reader and not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain it to her, Zappai.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and the meanings most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Zappai?
Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place?
Because you're thinking with your dick.
It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's gonna be...
Help me, Sayori! Oh. I don't know. I feel like that Zuki's gonna bite our ankles off.
Honestly, she does seem like an ankle biter. Really bratty.
Though if we choose Sayori, then both of them are gonna get insulted by us. And we're putting Sayori in a rough spot, so she might get pissed at us, so...
I do like expressive writing, though. I do like...
Yeah, so Yuri?
Yeah, Yuri.
Yuri!
Natsuki.
Oh.
Oh, did I click the wrong one?
You're right that I liked your poem.
Oh, sorry, I skipped that.
See?
Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri won't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting their feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem is cute.
I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody had taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up oh goodness gracious, I can't read. I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll spare me having to look at all of your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki stretches up her poem from her desk and storms out. On the way out, she crumples up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki?
She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hand and she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair.
Alright. Well...
I think we should call it here.
Yeah, both of us are getting tired and are losing our
voices.
ability to read and our voices.
Yeah, definitely with that Monica for you. I really can't wait to see what develops in the next episode.
Yeah. This was cute and fun. Some mildly disturbing stuff, but hey, I bet it's only gonna get even more fun.
Yeah. I mean, after all, there was so many interesting warnings at the beginning of the game. I can't wait to see what that's about.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been Blue Box Jelly Gamers, and we'll see you in the next
time.
video.